Okay, last video we talked about run-on sentences and comma splices. In this video we're going to talk about ways to put independent clauses together so that we can avoid those errors. And the main way to do that is to use conjunctions. So let's take a look at a sample sentence and we'll see how we can fix it. Let's see. I bought the computer. I need it for work. Note here we've got an independent clause and an independent clause, and now we've got a comma separating them, so this is a comma splice, which, as he said, is an error. So how do we fix it? There are four main ways. Number one is to just separate the sentences, put a period between them, and leave them separate. So an example here would be, I bought the computer, period, I need it for work. That would be perfectly fine. If, however, you want to keep them together for whatever reason, another way to do it is to use a comma plus what's called a coordinating conjunction. And these are the conjunctions that you're probably quite familiar with, such as and, but, or, yet, for, nor, or so. So these are our coordinating conjunctions, and the key we have to do, if we're separating two independent clauses, we got to use that comma. So I bought the computer, comma, and, or that doesn't really quite work. How about for I need it for work? A little odd, but you get the point, right? Why did I not use and? Well, this is something actually that's important for the SAT. You got to make sure your conjunction makes logical sense. If I said, I bought the computer and I need it for work, I mean, it's not wrong, but it's just kind of awkward. I need to show some sort of causality or some sort of link between those two sentences. So this sentence is actually not a great example to show this. So let me think of another one. I thought I was done, comma, I had more to do. So, comma splice, gotta fix it. We could separate the sentences. That would be kind of weird. It seems like these are sharing a thought. So it's probably better to use a conjunction here. So we could, if we wanted to, add and. I thought I was done and I had more to do. But actually that doesn't really make any sense logically. And I had more to do. We want to show a link between these. So how about instead of and, let's use but. But I had more to do. That shows kind of the link, the logical link between these two clauses. So these conjunctions here, and, but, or, yet, for, nor, so, these are called like the little conjunctions, and the way to remember this is fanboys as an abbreviation for all these. These take the comma with the conjunction. Other ones, which are called subordinating conjunctions or adverbial conjunctions, do not take the comma. So because is the big example, does not take a comma. Conjunctive adverbs would be another example, so however, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So, moving on. So that's another way to do it. A third way is to use a semicolon. So, I bought the computer. Who's going to write the comp? Semicolon, I need it for work. Period. Here we don't need a coordinating conjunction. If you put in an and or a but or whatever or a for, that's actually wrong. You basically just take the two sentences, instead of putting a period, you put a semicolon. That keeps them together as one sentence, but as you can see, kind of gives a break to show that they're two independent clauses, but they have a related thought that should go together. The fourth way is related to three. It's to use I bought. It's used to semicolon. I bought the comp. But in addition, we're going to use what's called a conjunctive adverb. And that's just things like however, or moreover, or then. Does this sentence really work with those? I think this sentence may not be good for this kind of example. Yeah, this is not a great example, so let me actually come up with another sentence. I got sick. Consequently, I lost money. I don't know. Just making it up. All right, I got sick. Consequently, I lost money. The word that we're using here, we can use something like this. I think consequently the only one that works. But other conjunctive adverbs include however, which is the big one, moreover, and nevertheless, and as a result. The key with these is you put in your semicolon, you put in your conjunctive adverb, and then you throw in a comma. And this is proper structure for this sentence. And those are your four major ways. I think this is pretty much the order that you might see this in. I mean, maybe not in the SAT. I mean, certainly you're probably not going to see this that much, considering you're always going to deal with one sentence. So generally the fixes are going to be this, which is the big one, semicolon, which is decently big, and this one probably is the rarest, the one with the semicolon and the conjunctive adverb. But in any event, that is pretty much it for fixing run-ons and comma splices. Let me think if I can see anything else that I might have missed. I think that's it. Again, for the SAT, the big thing is to make sure that if you're using a coordinating conjunction, that it makes logical sense. Doesn't just make work grammatically, but makes logical sense with what the sentences are actually trying to say.